Hello, everyone. I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 19. What is it? Week 9, Day 6. So, today, game plan. We are going to be going and, of course, continuing on the Volk grind. We are still trying to hit the 300 Volky milestone. We're actually doing pretty okay on our Volkies. I think our first one was a little bad, but actually, no, we're all of them pretty good. Actually, all of them have pretty much been good. We're way above what we should have by this point. We should be at about 89, 80-10 or so. However, we are at 87-13 for only 4 Paloozas, which is a very solid position. One thing we did have substantially worse luck on today, though, is I grinded for the exact same amount of time today that I did yesterday. We got 5 versus yesterday. I got 0 today. I have no clue how. But, yeah, that was horrible luck. Hopefully our Volky or our Palooza luck is still good, because that is abysmal. We'll be lucky if we even hit our 20 goal, because I still need to open like 8, 9 more of these, which means we still need to get like 10 verses in a day. So we are way down right now. Hopefully we just get super lucky, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, where should we go? Might as well start getting straight into the Paloozas. We do have a few knick-knack things I do need to go poke, but let's go straight into Palooza. I think we took like 30 minutes yesterday to start getting into them. So let's just go straight into them now. Let's just make sure I have the right team set, because I believe I have the other one set. The one for farming the verses, not actually killing the Paloozas. If I add verse 1 and 3, what do you get? 4. What I feel like this is a trick question. Oh, so hello everyone, by the way. I didn't even say hellos. Hello Bill! Hello Mark! Hello Draco! Hello Eric! Hello Lester! Hello Isabel! Hello everyone else! Welcome. You're in a cake party? Oh gosh, you're all in on Palia. All good. We'll be around even after your cake party, unless it's lasting for hours. Oh no, how long are we going tonight? Probably about 2 hours or so. I will hand out a few codes as well along the way. Anyways, let's start getting into Palooza. Now we'll go from there. Let's make sure timer's timering. Timer is indeed timering. Good to go. Alright. Let it begin. Palooza number 1. We'll do at least 4 today, maybe 5. Since we might be wrapping up a few other things tomorrow. That's hello, Frag Hunter! Welcome. But yeah, this is our last Saturday stream for a while, unfortunately. We might still do them here and there. Especially on Vault weekends and stuff like that. But this is the last day that we normally stream every day that we won't be going forward. Because we're going to be going starting next week into Sunday, Monday, Friday for Gems of War stream nights. So we're still going to be streaming, just half as much. And everything else is still going to be the same. We're still going to be covering, you know, mythics when they come out. We're still going to be covering the weekly video, all that. That's not going to change at all. I'm just cutting the streams down by a few. But it will be the first time in like 7-8 years that we won't be streaming every day. We might still be streaming every day in the sense that we'll be doing other stuff. But we either might, we might not. But yeah, we're just cutting Gems of War streams down by about half. And of course on Big Tuesday update days and stuff like that will still be around. And we're not leaving. We're just cutting the streams back a little bit. You think Gems of War is at its highest? I don't know. They've been making some interesting... that's one way of putting it. Interesting decisions over the last several years. But, I don't know. I think the game's in a really healthy state right now, to be honest. They just keep making some slightly questionable things. It's more so just burnout for me, personally. Because we've been playing this game for like a third of our life now. It is actually the longest I've ever consecutively played one game ever in the history of ever. There are games, there's like 2 or 3 games I have more time in than Gems of War. But there is 0 games I have more consecutive time in than Gems of War. It's basically 10 years straight. And even when we cut down on streams, I'll still be playing every day. So even then, it's still going to keep going. It's just a lot of it won't be streamed. Oh no, I personally don't think Gems is dying. You have to keep in mind, a lot of people who've been making content for the game have been doing so for quite a while. And I think it's more so just burnout than anything. It just seems like that because there's not that many content creators for Gems of War compared to another game. But it's definitely burnout more than anything. So hello, Contenda. Welcome, welcome. That and the game doesn't have that big of a community. And for that, it's more of a hobby than something you can really properly make money from. They're just going to diversify a bit more than we have been. This channel was always supposed to be like that, but then we just went like super ultra heavy on Gems of War and just never stopped. But I, to this day, despite covering Gems of War so much, I have still made more money on this channel from everything not Gems of War related than everything Gems of War related combined. It's kind of weird. Even though like 98% of the content on this channel is Gems of War, I have made more money from everything not Gems of War. But no, we'll still be doing Gems of War. We're not stopping. Just cutting down a little. And we'll have the summary video on Tuesday, just kind of going over that. And I do want to do some kind of small retrospective video in November when it's the 10-year anniversary of the game. I'm not sure to what degree it's going to be. It's not going to be like a super ultra highly edited retrospective like there are out there. But I do want to do like some amount since it's the big 1-0. You left about 5 years ago. Oh no, I definitely feel like the game shifted a bit when they got bought out by 505 Games, which I think was 2019 or 2020, somewhere around there. It was around pandemic time. I still feel like the game's a lot of fun, though. Oh, so thank you, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Because I still never really found a game that has, like, this kind of quick pace, turn-based match 3 kind of style. Like, there's a lot of match 3 games out there, particularly in the mobile variety. But none of them really capture the same feeling as Gems of War. The closest one I would say is the original Puzzle Quest. But the problem with the original Puzzle Quest is it's very, very slow. Very slow paced compared to how quick paced Gems of War is. Like, there's some things about the OG Puzzle Quest game that's better than Gems of War. But its biggest downside is it feels so glacially slow compared to the speed of the gameplay of Gems of War. Which is the only big downside of it. Which is a big slog. And for whatever reason, when they made the HD remake of the game, they didn't add a time option. Like, there's no speed up option. Just the default that's always had. Which is probably the biggest thing that was missing from the remake that I'm not sure why they didn't add. Seems like a pretty big oversight, or maybe they just couldn't code it into the game properly or something. I have no clue. You're watching a stream and then a new team becomes meta. Yeah, that's the biggest issue I feel like with Gems of War meta right now. That doesn't happen that much these days. There's very rarely a new team. Like, yes, we just got one last week. But all it's doing is replacing the previous good team. Like, it basically just one-to-one replaces Takshaka in some situations. So it's not really like a new team. Gems of War has had that issue for a while where the meta just kind of stays unchanged for a very long time. Which makes it hard to show new teams for because there just isn't any. Like, you can get creative and show, like, alternatives for if you're missing some of the better stuff. But as far as, like, the best in slot teams, there's been very little diversity there. And I was hoping, like, maybe the Immortals would switch that up, but a lot of the Immortals are too weak to be used in a team, with the exception of Ossifer. But every other Immortal doesn't really change how you build a team. Ossifer is kind of cool because there's some cursed stun teams that you now just use Ossifer for instead. None of them are particularly over the top just because Wand is so strong. Like, why run something that does curse stun when you can just run Elementals, which also does curse stun and freeze and burn and entangle, because you run Elementals into Wand. I'm still curious if they are going to be toning that back down, because it would help with team building a little if they tone down Wand and Stellaryx, but mostly Wand. Between all the Mega Man accumulators, Wand and Stellaryx, I personally feel like Wand out of the three is probably the most harmful for the game right now, oddly enough. Mostly because it's attached to Hero. That and Elementals has never been nerfed. On the list of things that probably should have been nerfed that never were, I am so surprised Elementals' final trait was never nerfed. It is so broken compared to any other final trait on any other hero class. It's not always the best for every situation, of course. But it is so broken. I don't understand how that's never been like checked at all at any point. Especially, I think the biggest issue with Elementals isn't necessarily that it's so strong, but that every other hero class is so weak compared to it. It's the same issue Stellaryx has. It's not that Stellaryx is necessarily broken beyond belief. It's just it's so much better than everything else. Like how it's scaled. And Elementals is pretty similar. Like there's hero classes that have like a 50% chance per turn to do 1 stun. And then there's Elementalist that applies 4 times stun per turn plus a billion other effects. Like they aren't even remotely similar. Like that one that has stun, you would think like, oh, this is going to be like the best stun hero class in the game. It's like, nope. Even though it only does stun, it is not better than Elementalist at stunning. It doesn't even have a 4 times stun. Like that would be cool, like a 50% chance to 4 times stun every turn. Like that would have some usability, or even at start of battle. Like 4 times stun all enemies at start of battle. Like if one of the hero classes did that, that would really be useful. But it's not what it does. Unfortunately. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. I just feel like they don't update balance enough compared to what they used to. The first few years of Gems of War, they used to rebalance stuff like almost every month. Like every patch, they would also do a rebalance. They eventually stopped doing this. And then we're like, okay, we'll just do like big bunches of rebalance. But now they only do that like once a year. And they release like a season pass thing every single time they do. So they like ask for money every time they do a rebalance. Because normally they do it based on Kingdom. But ever since they started doing it on Kingdom, that has always been really bad overall. Because at any given time, there's more than just a single Kingdom that needs rebalance. But a lot of times, like I think they've only done 2 rebalance patches in the last 4 or 5 years that were not specific Kingdom based. Every other time, it was just them rebalancing some stuff in a Kingdom. And even when they have done rebalance to a Kingdom, it has never been like enough. Like they've done Kingdom rebalances, and after the rebalance, the Kingdom is still in the exact same state that it was. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they do it for Adana? Like, the state of Adana has not changed at all. I think that's one of the more recent ones. Wasn't that earlier this year or last year? I can't remember. But the Adana one was in the last year. And the meta hasn't changed at all for Adana. Like, nothing that was bad became good. Nothing that... I guess some of the stuff that was good became better. Because didn't they buff, like, Tesla's ratio or something? For some reason. Instead of forgiving our magic boost ratio, they were like, oh, let's make our armor boost ratio even stronger. But, oh no, just made things that were strong stronger and things that were weak, like, slightly less weak, but not even remotely good enough to be used. They should have employed us multiple years ago. Biggest issue with that is I'm not based in Australia. Like, for some communication stuff, like, I could have helped with them. As far as, like, all their in-house stuff, there was no way I could, like, move to Australia for anything. I was gonna say, you better not run. If everything was neutral, there'd be no point in multiple classes. Well, the biggest thing is the power difference between them is the problem. Like, you don't have to make everything neutral. You just have to make them usable. And right now, there's like 5 hero classes that get used. Maybe a few more if you're doing some kind of very niche team for some kind of very niche restriction. But if we're talking about, like, general hero class teams, there are very few you currently use. There's Archmages because it's the best casting hero class. There's Frost Mage because it's the second best casting hero class and has the benefit of having freeze, which is very useful. There's Sun Spear because it has Red Storm perpetually, and also has Entangle Freeze at start of battle. There's obviously Elementalist, which is like 90% of the hero class in the game. There's Mech because it's the only hero class with 50% mana starting to dispel. And I feel like I'm forgetting 1 or 2. They're still used just like generally. I forget off the top of my head. But that's like 6 or 7. Out of what, 36, 37, 38? How many are there now? How many kingdoms are there these days? Keep forgetting. $100,000 as a game consultant, I wish, gosh. I feel like a lot of studios don't really pay for QA these days. If anything, studios just charge money for QA. That's basically what early access and betas are. They're really just charging money for QA. Oddly enough, I think I only have one friend who makes six figures. But they make one of those kind of six figures where it's not really kind of like six figures. Because after taxes, the cost of living in the area, everything else, it becomes a lot less. Which is something that's always kind of baffling, too. The fact that you can make six figures and still almost be poor in America these days. Because a lot of the areas where you can properly make six figures, the cost of living is just so much higher. Alright, I did not forget about the timer. We got this. Alright, anything good? Ah, double glory now, we'll take it. Well, you have to keep in mind, Australia's dollar is worth less than the rest of the world. I think converting it to USD, it's like, I think you need like 1.3 for every one. So it's like a 0.7 or something. I forget exactly these days. But like, if you make 100k in Australia, let's just say it's 100k straight, no taxes or anything. Because then there would be a lot more calculations. But let's just say you made, after everything, you made 100k. If you were to convert it to USD, it's about the same as making around like 70-ish K in the United States. Roughly. I'm not sure what the exact conversion rate is these days, but somewhere's around there. Alright. Well, one Palooza done. Let's go add our numbers. Let's see. 107. Alright, there we go. I can see it right over there. Perfect. Oh, we got exactly 20. Nice. Perfectly average volt. We started at, what, 5? Wow, we're doing good on epics all of a sudden. We started at, like, none and then just started streaking like crazy. Hey, we just got 4. Or 3. Whatever that number just increased by. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're doing good relative to vault keys opened. Well, let's keep going. Let's go throw down another Palooza, then we'll go hand out a code, and then we'll go and probably clear out some dailies because I haven't actually touched many of them. You can tell that all we've been doing today is Dust Devil spam. Because look at how little brown gems I've matched. Yeah, if you actually check like how many battles we did today, it's somewhere in like a couple hundred or several hundred, however many it is. Yet we've only taken 22 brown, and the reason for this is, of course, Dust Devil Quick Kill team just never touches the board, so it never gets mana. All that was from was one of the pets I didn't have during the day. Because we got a lot of repeat ones. That's where literally all of the brown taken got from. Anyways, what am I doing? I'm doing another Palooza. My other. Get cracking into them. Back to Cinemirage. So we can do this in any place at Explore 1. It doesn't have to be Cinemirage. Compared to how much a Big Mac is here. So what's going to be my stream schedule again? I'm going to be going over it quite extensively on Tuesday. And I'll probably do some things on the channel to kind of reorganize everything too. Because I want to do like a full restructuring. I still need to get rebranding stuff though. We're currently working on the emotes, but I need to go find someone to go do a new profile image and a new banner. I'm considering Fiverr, but if you guys know anyone or want to do it yourself, do let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to hit up Fiverr. I'm not sure if I still have any money hanged up in Fiverr, but they're normally not too bad. My concern with that a lot is a lot of people there are really template heavy, and these days probably even AI heavy. There's just a lot of scams on Fiverr. So if any of you guys do like basic graphic design, let me know. Because I need a new profile image and banner thingy. If I don't find anyone in a week, I'm probably just hitting up someone random on Fiverr. Hello, King! Welcome, welcome. Other than the current event, will there be another way to get the Immortal Troops? Yes. The Immortal Troops will always be available. The way that Immortals work is there's basically a perpetual PvP season always going. They last for 11 weeks. We are currently in the Season 1 that's lasting for 11 weeks. After that one ends, we immediately go into another PvP season. The only difference with that PvP season is there will be a different Immortal that you get 1 billion copies of. This time it's Glacia, but next time it'll be whatever the next new one is. But all those previous 11 will still be in drop tables. So whenever you earn burning marks through Season 2 of PvP, if you've already earned them all through this season, or most of them, as soon as the next season comes around, you'll be able to earn a ton more, because you'll be able to go through the whole pass. Even if you just do the free side, it's still a lot there, as well as all the new objective goals. And you'll be able to still get all the old ones with burning marks. So you'll always be able to get them. They're perpetually going to be in drop table forever. Is one of the reasons I was mentioning they're going to be so good for newer players, as well as returning players, as they're pretty free to get at any point. You just play PvP for like a few dozen hours, and boom, you basically have all of them, or close to all of them. And that's at any point. Because even once this PvP season ends, it just goes straight into another PvP season with no downtime. And unlike the other seasons that last for 10 weeks and then have 1 week downtime, PvP seasons, at least with how they currently are set up, have 0 downtime whatsoever. You just hop from one PvP season to the next, with no in-between time. But yeah, to the stream schedule question, we're going to be streaming on Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays. We might still throw a stream in here and there, like when there's a Tuesday patch and stuff like that, obviously. But, and maybe all 3 days on Vault weekends, we'll see. But Monday, Friday, and Sunday are going to be the main 3 days going forward. Monday, we're going to go over all the teams for the given week. Friday, we'll go and do whatever the event is for Friday. Or if it's a arena event, probably just messing around. And Sunday will be the go over next week and finish up whatever we haven't done throughout the week. So whatever objectives I haven't done, which means Sunday is Monday and Sunday are probably the 2 longest streams generally. Because Monday will be going over like every team for the whole week for the most part, other than whatever the Friday event is. And Sundays will be the complete wrap-up day. So whatever we didn't do throughout the week, which could be a lot, will be the day we finish it all up. So one interesting thing about our new streaming format is, even though we're going to be streaming less, the streams that we do are going to be longer. Friday stream will probably be same length, but Monday and Sunday, particularly Sunday, are probably going to be longer than they normally are. So despite streaming less frequently, the total amount of stream time might actually be pretty comparable. So even though we're technically streaming less, we might still be streaming almost the same amount of time. It's just, it's less in the sense that it's not as distributed through a bunch of days. And now every single stream has more of an objective other than a lot of streams which are just, oh, let's just mess around and do stuff. Because Monday stream will just always go over everything for the week. Friday we'll do whatever the Friday event is. And then Sunday will kind of just always be the wrap-up day and going over the subsequent week. If there's ever anything mentioned on the spoilers and everything. But that's the game plan. Hey, that reminds me, it's almost August 15th. The reason that date is relevant, actually there's two things happening that day. One is I have my physical, or whatever you call it, the checkup. But what I was just thinking of randomly, because I was mentioning the other graphic design thing earlier, I was considering getting the Affinity tools. Ever since Adobe has had its new controversy, I actually found a Photoshop alternative that I think I might get. The only problem is I think it's one license per computer, so if I'm getting a new computer soon, I'll, need to buy it twice. But they have like a half-off sale right now. Because I'm pretty sure it's non-transferable from computer to computer. But, yeah, I was gonna buy it and try it out. I just haven't bothered yet. I really need to, though. I think it's like 80, 90 bucks for all three programs. They have an Illustrator alternative, a Photoshop alternative, and, some kind of printing alternative. Which I wouldn't really need that much, but I figured I'd just get all three in case I ever do need, like, an Illustrator alternative. I figured I'd try them out. I've heard they're, among one of the closest things to Adobe. From what I've seen, they look decent. We'll have a little bit of a learning curve to relearn everything, but it's not too big a deal. Because it's getting really annoying having to always use Photoshop on the slow computer. I'm still going to have it, just so in case I ever need it. But having an alternative for it's going to be nice. Also, speaking of things I've used for about 10 years, I just realized I've been using Photoshop and such for like 10 years now. Actually, a little longer. Actually, I ended up getting them in like late 2013, so yeah, about 11 years. But I've been using them for about 12 or 13. I guess finally it's time to jump ship to a different program for that as well. It will coincide perfectly. Oh no, it's really annoying learning another program like that. If even like anything's even slightly off at hotkeys, it's just really annoying to like unlearn that habit. And you're so used to a hotkey specifically for a specific program, and there's no way to do that in a new program. What do I mean from the title of the video? Oh, we're covering the whole thing on Tuesday. But we're going to be streaming Gems of War only on Monday, Fridays, and Sundays going forward. So this is technically our last stream that isn't on new schedule. Since Sunday and Monday would be streaming even on new schedule. Yeah, I'll likely have a video going over on Tuesday. We've mentioned on a couple streams already now, but I do want to do a video on Tuesday just kind of going over everything. For people who haven't caught it. Oddly enough, we'll probably still be streaming Gems of War per week, almost the same amount of time. It's just only going to be on Monday, Fridays, and Sundays rather than split across every day. Like we have been for the last 8 years. But no, we might still be streaming on other days as well. Like, obviously, if it's a Vault weekend, we might still do a Saturday stream to go grind some and stuff like that. And obviously, Tuesday streams, if there's a patch, obviously we'll be streaming. Hello, Logic Slayer! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Beer Reason for dinner. Say hi, welcome, welcome. Are we just taking a break so you don't feel obligated to stream every day? Yeah, we're just cutting back on streams, basically. We'll still be doing Gems of War every single day. I just won't be streaming every day. So I'm not leaving the game or anything. We're just cutting back on the frequency of streams. Even though the length of streams will be pretty comparable to how long we stream per week right now. Hello, Henry. What does final mean? It means we're going to be streaming Gems of War only on Monday, Sunday, and Friday nights moving forward. For the most part, with a few exceptions. But we'll have a summary for it on Tuesday, just kind of going over everything. I would do it sooner, I just don't know sure how I want to structure everything yet. You're taking a break from the game next week. Yeah, I'm still not, like, taking a break. I probably should at some point, though. I've consecutively been playing this game for 10 years now, and even after this break, I'm still not breaking. I'm still playing every day. So it's not even, like, truly a break. It's just a break in how frequently we stream. But I'll still be playing every day, just to do basic dailies. But when I say basic dailies, I mean we're going to be doing, like, bare bones dailies. We're going to be doing, like, 10, 15-minute dailies on the days we're not streaming. Like, I'm probably just skipping Tuesday events. Wednesday event I'll literally only do if there's a new pet. Though, in all fairness, I kind of do that now already. Thursday, I would completely skip. Friday we'll do, because we'll still be streaming that day. But who knows, maybe we cut the Friday stream, too, now. We'll keep the Friday stream. Just because a lot of stuff that's on the Friday stream, I normally don't cover in a Monday video. Or I should say the Monday stream. Because all teams will be in the Monday stream now. I will still copy-paste them over to the video, and I will start doing all the text for it, too. I noticed out of the biggest complaint was probably just not having the text there for people who check it on things where they can't, like, copy-paste it easily. Like if they're on console while watching on phone or something. So I will be putting the actual text of what the troops are as well. Yeah, Sunday for spoilers, but Sunday's also going to be the wrap-up day. Sunday will probably be the longest stream a lot of times, just because whatever I didn't do throughout the week, I will finish on that day. And I've been slacking on Gems of War in a given week, then Sunday is going to be a very busy stream. But that's one of the nice things about Gems of War. You can literally delay all weeklies until Sunday. And be fine. As long as your guild is fine with it. Though I'm the leader of my guild, so it doesn't matter. They can't kick me. I am the guild now. But no, we're not slacking. We're just doing it on Sundays. Hey, as long as it gets done. The only slight problem with that is a lot of times the guild might already be done with some of the events. So whatever the weekly event is, I might want to try doing on Friday rather than Sunday. Because if I wait until Sunday every single time, we're basically going to be done with the event a lot of times. Especially if it's something like, let's say, a Doom event. Like, that's done by Wednesday normally. But no, we're still going to be around. We're not quitting. It just gonna slightly feel like that. Well, we're still gonna be just as around as we've always been in recent years. Yeah, we did that, we did that. Let's go get our updated number. Number. Alright, we're still doing okay on epics. Nice. We got an average amount. Palooza's at 6. And how did we do on Volkeys? Where's my Volkey number? No! Our first one that finally did bad on Volkeys. It actually brought us back to average. Boo. We're way above on epics, but we're average on Volkeys. That's sad. The main one that we keep track of. Alright, let's go hand out a code. I haven't handed out a code yet. We'll hand out at least 2 codes tonight. We might do a third, we'll see. But here you guys go. Enjoy. Here is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. We'll miss every day I don't stream. Thanks for that. Well, there's still other people that might be filling up the slots. I think Cynical said he might be here and there. I would say Genki, but she kind of completely stopped now. Oh, streams on a regular basis. I know Chris does occasionally. I'm not sure if he has a schedule. Alright, what we're doing? We did that, we did that. Let's go clear some dailies now. And then we'll go back to the paloozing. I'll just grab the new meta, I guess. Which is the good old Pharaoh team. So I'm not sure what to call this guy, because I can never pronounce the second part correctly. The Kafru. Let's always just call him Pharaoh. Sorry you can't code, that's all fine. No worries. Pretty sure most people know by now where to use it. Back in the day, you actually used to use it in the game itself. But I ended up changing that because it was against Apple policy. So they had to put it on their website. Also, one interesting thing about codes right now, I believe we are the only people who hand out redeem codes in the current state of Gems of War. Which is actually the first time in the history of Gems of War we are the only people to hand out codes. Unless I'm forgetting someone. If you guys are aware of anyone. But I'm pretty sure we're the only people left handing out codes. Also, thank you, Isabel, for getting the link. Greatly appreciate it. It just feels weird. But that's the first time that has ever happened. It's like a feature that exclusively exists for us now. There's probably a lot of other people who could. Like, Santa Cole could easily get it, especially when he does his PC account. Yeah, Genki was also the only other one these days that I'm aware of, though there might be someone else who I'm not aware of. Because Santa Cole normally doesn't, because he normally plays on his account that's on PlayStation, I believe it is, or Xbox, whatever it is. I think it's PlayStation. But he does have a mobile account now, or PC account, whatever his low-level account is now. So you can get codes to hand out while he does that. Yeah, I believe Cindy currently doesn't, but easily could. I was gonna say, oh no, I don't have the timer going, but I forgot we're not doing anything that needs timer right now. Gosh, why do we have to do a dungeon? Never mind, dungeon run. Never mind, that's the daily. I sometimes confuse dungeon run as do an underworld thingy. Oh, top 3s today? Oh, you know what time it is. It is time to play Guess That Door. Oh, the frequency of Guess the Doors are going to be so much lower when we don't stream every single day. We'll still be able to do it, though. Guess the Door. There we go. We'll find something else to do Guess the Door for in the future. Alright, anyways, Guess the Door. Alright, let's do the other 2 battles while we're waiting. I am curious if we're going to get a new set of dragons this year. So far, since Dragonite has existed, we have gotten a new set of dragons every year. Alright, what's currently winning the door? I see 4, and that makes me want to immediately click 4. Yep, 4 is winning. We're going for 4. That's all I need to see. My bias is if 4 is winning, we take it instantly. And that is why we got it! Alright, well, we're handing out 3 codes tonight. Here's the second one. We've successfully won Guess the Duel. Good job, everyone. 4 is always the way. Hey, look, it says day. Day 5. It would have been funny if it says day 6, because today's day 6 of the week. I guess it does have a 6 in it. That's really funny. It says day 5. Very funny random code. Would have been even funnier if it was said day 6, though. Would have been a good code for last night. There we go. And there's our 120 Dragonite. Nice. Also, we got the True Perfect as well. We got the resource drop as well, so we don't even need to click on the other ones. Very nice. 120 free Dragonite. Love to see it. Alright, our other objective is to go do PvP a little, so I guess we'll go do all of our PvP dailies and everything. Get those out of the way. Since they fixed the EXP buff, or nerf, or whatever, we might as well do that first. Alright, so we need to do Nagas, and what was the other one? Beast? Okay, that's not too bad. And then we have to do Central because it's Saturday. Alright, let's go grab our magic first, and then we'll go do everything. So we'll get our extra magic from this, clear it out real quick. Head over to, we'll do Naga first. Beast will be harder, not just because of team comp, but also have double stats. Or 50% stats, I mean. I keep forgetting, it's double VP, but 50% more stats. Though technically it could be 70% more stats because of the extra 20% that a lot of other alliances have. Man, that reminds me, we should be getting a patch in the next month or so. It's already August. But I guess the PvP patch was pretty recently, so maybe not. Normally by this time we'll probably get about 3 more patches in a year. One more in the next month or so. Another one in like late October, early November. And then one more early December or mid-December. There's about 3 more patches likely slated for this year. 2 at the bare minimum. Also, we never did get a roadmap for the rest of the year, did we? They've been doing like the month-to-month roadmaps recently, but we haven't gotten like a year-long roadmap or a half-a-year roadmap. We actually don't really know what the next patches are. I feel like one of them... I don't know. I think next year will probably be Guild War. I don't think they're going to get Guild War back into the game this year. It makes sense because of how many PvP patches they've been doing in a row. But knowing them, I highly doubt they have coded a functioning Guild War alternative. I am very doubtful. So why are they winning? That's not allowed. Stronger fight is brutal sometimes. Or I actually could legitimately lose this fight. Don't do it. One more Vashtagan, we lose. I just double checking if there's extra turn skull somewhere's here. Doesn't look like it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Sound the alarms. I just try and check there's a different one. Doesn't look like it though. Can I cascade that? No. Alright, we're fine. Very sketchy fight at the end. Oh, there we go. Alright, anyways, now that we have our magic. Let's go take the first 2 objectives, and then we'll go do central until we get everything. So this one should already have everything. Actually, there is one thing I want to go do first, though, just so we don't forget to take it. Let me go do the Citadel first. So I don't forget. I'm still using Takshaka. Oh, yeah, duh. We still want to use Takshaka team here. Unless that solo Takshaka is going to wipe us out. Oh no, don't do it, don't do it. I just realized the chair handle just broke even more today when I was vacuuming earlier. I'm replacing out the chair probably in the next few weeks. I just haven't bothered shopping for one because I want to get it in person this time so I can actually feel it in person and just kind of see. It's one of the few things I didn't want to order off the internet. Right, another one down. Please let me redeem Cookie's code. Wait, what? Please let you redeem Cookie's code. I'm slightly confused. Oh, someone's redeeming your list of players you normally do? Oh. Well, there's quite a few people that do it for their guilds and stuff as well, so there might be overlap on some names for some things. Hey, that reminds me, we still need to stop by Puzzle Quest 3 at some point and see how it's been after like 2 or 3 years. I played that game like crazy while it's still in beta for its first year. And then like a few weeks after launch, I was just done with it at that point. I was just burned out from its daily system. Which I've heard they've improved upon. Oh no, I want to make sure... one thing I'm going to be streaming in the near future is I want to try to finish them out, which is one thing that we're going to do with our extra time. Is I want to finish out Old School RuneScape and Palia. I want to finish every MMO we're currently playing. Or, you know, finish. Obviously, they never end. But, you know, what I would consider finished. Before we start Brighter Shores, whenever that comes out. It's supposed to come out Q3, which is by the end of September. Though it could get delayed, obviously. So I want to have everything done by then. But I also want to try doing it before the end of this month in case it gets announced like, hey, it's coming like mid-September. Because I don't want to rush at the end. I'd rather, you know, slightly rush beforehand. Gives more time. So after we announce that video, I'm probably going to be doing either a Palia and or RuneScape stream. Like almost every other day. Until we finish both of them. Or, you know, not finish, but as close as you can get to qualifying the word finish in either of those two games. Because at that point, we'll have nothing unfinished then, as far as things we've actually started. Because I hate just leaving a game unfinished. I actually can't think of the last game I've ever actually left unfinished. I'm pretty sure I have finished every game I've ever played now that I think about it. I'm trying to think. Because I know some people, like, do that pretty often, like, not finishing a game they started. Oh, that's what the owl looks like when it has its shiny. Oh, that's pretty cool. Though I do prefer its other coloration, I do have to say. It is a cool design. But I like its other colors better. It doesn't look as frost. It almost looks like it's supposed to be a fire owl when it's colored like that. A little bit of a weird choice. I do like its design. It just feels weird as a Freeze troop to have it look like that. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get it shiny, because honestly it looks better not shiny. I much prefer its non-shiny variant. At least thematically. Design's still pretty cool, though. But the other color scheme just works way better. Yeah, we can see it right here. Interesting that it shows normal here, but shows shiny there. Anyways, I need to build a beast team. Oh, what are you running? What even is 4 times beast these days? Why do I feel like there's an auto win option somewhere here? Well, worst comes to worst, we have Immortal Aquaria. Which honestly, I might just build all in on that. I was gonna do a 50% mana start into beast, and then do like maybe a skull spam team or something. Oh no, what's stopping us from doing this? Wand. And go Elementalist. And go, I don't know, what do you create? Do you create anything? No. Alright, how about, I don't know, Brown. Because we're gonna take Barrier on Brown anyways. There we go. I think we need to do anything fancy. Hey, one of the few times we actually get to fully utilize the Immortal aspect. Do you know that the codes only give 250 gold? Wait, did they do it again? Did she really do it again, that they only give 250 gold this batch? She made that mistake before as well. That's really funny. I didn't even notice because I generally just claim them and don't pay too much attention, just assuming they give the same thing always. But that's really funny. That's the second time now. Let me go check. Have I claimed it yet? Well, even if I did, I could just check the mail, I guess. Let me go check real quick. That's not where it is. Yeah, it's only 250 gold. We got scammed again. It's not that big a deal. Obviously, it's mostly for the gem key. But yeah, we got scammed again. We're only getting 250 gold instead of 2,500. She forgot the 0. Well, we get to see next month if we get compensated for it. It's not that big a deal, though. That's kind of funny. I think the funnier thing would be is if they forgot the maps. Because I'm pretty sure no one will notice if they forgot the maps. So hello, Outlander. Welcome, welcome. Also, I was about to say, I should be careful putting my main damage source in first slot, but it actually isn't. It was from all the other shenanigans that made it first slot. Between the terror and then the other thing. You're trying to cake and do that at the same time. The cakening. Gosh, what's your cooking level in that game, by the way, Isabel? Do you happen to know offhand? Because you have to be like level 100 something by now. Because I've barely been cooking in that game, and I think I'm like level 16 or something. Or 20, somewhere around there. And that's just from the cooking I've done with you, basically. $174, that is crazy high, nice. I'm going to be doing that for Brighter Shores. If they have a leaderboard, I'm going to no-life the leaderboard so hard. Like, whatever top cut is for leaderboard, I will do everything in my power to make it. It's something I never really got to participate in like, MMO leaderboards back when I was a kid. Because obviously I didn't have the time, plus, you know, as a kid you just don't have the game knowledge or anything like that to be able to do so. Well, we are 100% doing it for Brighter Shores. Even if it doesn't exist, I still kind of want to go for it. I'm pretty sure it will, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. Or because he hasn't actually coded it yet. So he doesn't want to confirm something that isn't set in stone yet. It's actually an issue Gems of War has had. And why they haven't done, like, leaderboards for treasure maps and stuff. Leaderboards are actually hard to code. In a way that they just don't completely break. How have we not won yet? This team might be safe, but gosh. It sure can miss a billion times. Alright, there we go. I think the Blood Frenzy that mostly did it. Alright, how many Valhawks did we get? 0. Wonderful. Alright, let's go do Central, and then we do Paloozas the rest of the time. We'll do like 2 or 3 more. I might even go for 3 tonight, just so we don't have to do as many tomorrow night. Yeah, well, we got a Valhawk already. We'll definitely do at least 2 more. Actually, now that I'm looking at our number... Oh, no, never mind. That's not counting pity. I was going to say, are we going to need 2 more? Or, you know, like 6 and 6 on the next 2 days? Or 5 and 5, I mean. But no, I forgot. I was about to count the number with no pity in it. But of course, pity's going to count for like 40, 50, whatever it is, 60. Or it goes to 50. Wait, did we just get silver for Central? Oh yeah, I forgot. You actually can get it from Central. I always keep thinking that that's not a thing. But it is. You just get a lot less for Central. I always keep thinking for some reason, like, oh, the extra reward can't be on Central. But no, it can. It just has the least amount of value on Central. I'll catch you later, Miss Insane Witch. Sorry, I didn't say goodbye earlier. So how's that even possible? I have hang skin right now. Not even a hang nail. Hang skin? I just realized it's starting to blister slightly. How'd that even happen? I guess it's technically a hang nail still. It was literally just a skin part. I fixed it now. You know what that's from? Whenever I'm waiting for something, I sometimes pick up my nails. And I think I was doing that when I was waiting to get blood work done the other day. Because I never bite my nails or anything. I actually haven't clipped my nails in like 15, 20-ish years almost. Yeah, about 18 years I want to say. Because I think 12 years old was the last time I would have done it. So yeah, about 18 years is the last time I've ever cut my nails with like a clipper. I always just manually do it with my nails. I cut my nails with my nails. Which normally makes one nail like very, very long. But I do it the natural way. I don't bite them, I don't clip them, I just nail the nails. The only issue with that is you'll always have one nail on both hands that are like a little bit longer. Or two on one hand that's longer. But aside from that slight unevenness, it works nicely. So did we ever get the other Valhawk? I should double check after this fight. It's gonna be one of those days where we do PvP for like 20 minutes straight, not realizing it. Funny you didn't notice that. Oh yeah, you didn't notice it in person. I think my thumbs were like super big when we met in person. My thumbnails. It might just not look like it because the thumb is just naturally bigger anyways. Oh yeah, we do still have one more. But yeah, it's not that noticeable for the most part, unless you're like looking for it directly. But there's always at least one that's like way longer than the other 9. If not 2. Also, please get the Valhawk already. I want to go back to Palooza's. Because I'm probably going to run another 3 tonight, so we're probably still going for another hour. I don't know, we'll see in about half an hour from now. If we go for 2 or 3, but I don't know, I'm leaning towards 3 tonight. Go from 6 to 9. Not hour-wise, I mean Palooza-wise. Oh, we still didn't get it. Wow. How long is it going to take to get the final guy? He just doesn't want to show up. Alright, this bird just does not want to show up, please. We just need one more. One more is all it takes. That's nice, but it's not what we're looking for. There it is. Finally, we can go back to actually grinding out verses now. Or not verses, but Paloozas. Let's just make sure we've gotten everything. If so, we move on. And I'll probably do 3 more Paloozas. Alright, check. Check. Oh, you know what I should check? Hey, we're not bottom cut anymore. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier. A lot of people just doing like the 16,500 thing. Interesting. Oh, why is my leaderboard moving up so much? Where are they tryharding? I think he's actually on leaderboard, right? 140? Okay, that sure sounds like leaderboard. Where's that number? Oh, wow, 180k? Oh, people are still going a lot higher these days. To get all those goals done and everything. Actually, that reminds me. How are we doing on goals? Are any even remotely close? Most of them are just day locked, though. Like, time locked. Are we doing on Glacia copies? How many do we even need for next Glacia upgrade? Not that. Where's Glacia? Actually, it's easier to check it through their Immortal menu, isn't it? We need... Does it not tell you? What level are we at? Level 20. We need 100. We're at 65. So yeah, one more drop and we're there. So I just have to do any goal that has her in it. Which means our most likely one is Monoliths. I have to reach Monolith level 5 4 more times. Which should be pretty easy. That will take 4 days or less. And then we'll have our level 20, which also gives us that. Yeah, that'll take 4 or less days. We're pretty much already there. Anyways. Okay, so, let's start doing Paloozas again. I believe that is the only thing we haven't wrapped up. Wow, we're 1 key away from pity. Or 1 gnome away from pity, really. Unfortunate. Just making sure all the things have been thinged. Oh, you know what I need to go do before I forget? Buy Underspire torches. Also, during the day tomorrow, I need to go through, like, all of Underspire. Because we're gonna have like almost 60 torches to go use. Actually, more than that. We're gonna have 63 to go use tomorrow. That's a tomorrow issue. Anyways, let's go run 3 Paloozas to end it out with. And we'll hand out at least 1 more code during that. You're watching the Olympics earlier, and they have a medal for breakdancing? Really? That sounds pretty cool. I haven't actually checked any of the Olympics. How much longer does it go on for? Does anyone know? Because I might try checking some of it when I can. I might just go try to verse gnome grind while watching Olympics tomorrow. Because I haven't caught any Olympics. But does anyone know when it keeps going for? Like how much longer? Oh, that's not the right place. Oh, hello, Genki. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. So I'm not using the right team at all. There we go. Since the last thing we were doing was Nutpaloozas. Well, we'll run 3 more and then call it there. That's still like another hour. Isn't tomorrow the last day? Well, perfect then. I'll catch some of it tomorrow while grinding for Paloozas. Because I need a ton. Because right now with how down we are, I think I need to get like 10 tomorrow. Because we did so bad on them today. Up the lag spike. Oh no. Have them dressed up as mimes to pass a baguette instead of a baton. That would be funny. So Lester, you'd probably know, what other fun controversies has happened during the Olympics? Other than the pole vaulter hitting the pole with his pole. His pole. Quote unquote. Because I feel like you would know every single funny thing that's happened during this Olympics. It seems like something you would keep tabs on. Oh wow, did we just get 10 Dragonite from that gnome? That means it would have been like an 80 or 100 drop. At least a 50. Unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate, but you know what I mean. Unfortunate that we don't get to get the full value from it. Oh, so I wonder if we don't stop streaming every single day. If we'll still go for 300 every Volt weekend. I'm sure if we'll move it down to 200 or something. The number has kind of always moved down. There were a lot of like thousands and 500s. Though back in the day, it used to only be 12, but that was back when it was scaled very differently. Like try to aim for 10. But that was a way different scaling than what exists today. Is there a 100 drop for Dragonite? Yes. I am almost 100% certain there's a 100 Dragonite drop. Now you have me questioning it, though. I'm like 90% certain there's a 100 Dragonite drop. I feel like I've gotten it like 2 or 3 times. But you can never see it unless you get the full value. You're never obviously going to see it during a Palooza, unless it's your final one. It's one of those things where I wish they had the drop rates for them in-game, just so we wouldn't have to guess. Yeah, it is very rare. But I'm almost guaranteed that it exists. It's just a very, very rare drop. Like, we're talking probably almost less than 1% potentially. Like, it's way rarer than like a 300 gem drop from a Vault Key. I think it's actually even rarer than getting a major pet orb from a Vault Key. Because I'm pretty sure we've gotten more major pet orbs than we've gotten 100 drops from Dragonite Gnomes. Yeah, the 120 that you're thinking about is for when you get a perfect dungeon, like we did today. We actually got it today, the 120 drop. But that's not a Dragonite Gnome drop. But yes, you do get a 120 from a perfect dungeon like we did today. But Dragonite Gnomes do not have a 120 drop specifically. Or if they do, it's absurdly rare, because I know for sure I've never seen a 120 ever. But I'm pretty certain I've seen 100 before. Seeing any of their bigger drops is pretty rare, though. Just because you normally see them in this kind of circumstance, where they guarantee will not give you full value. Wait, we just got back-to-back Dragonite Gnomes. Slightly a bad thing, given our current team is very anti-Dragonite Gnome, as it cannot kill it properly. You've never seen 100 then? I don't know, maybe 100 doesn't exist. I could have sworn it does, though. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Have I ever tried the game Minion Masters? I think I've heard of it. I don't think I've tried it. Isn't that like a tower defense game? Like a hero tower defense? Why does that sound correct? Isn't it like a hero tower defense? Or am I thinking of something else? Also, hello, Froggy. I think I have it on my Steam thingy. I just never played it. Yeah, the first hero tower defenses I ever played were in the Warcraft 3 game engine. I've tried a few of them since then. Like Orcs Must Die and a few others like that. They were never quite the same as some of the ones in Warcraft 3, though. It's a card-based tower battler. Okay, so it is a tower defense, okay. Do you know what tower defense I've never tried? That I feel like a lot of people point to as, like, the genre of tower defense. I always point to, like, all the custom maps on Warcraft 3. Because that's what I personally grew up with. And they go back quite a while. Like, literally 2003, 2004 for some of them. Though some of them are still updated to this day. But, Balloons tower defense. I feel like it's the tower defense game that people point to as, like, the tower defense game. And I've actually never played a single Balloons tower defense. The one with all those monkeys and everything. It just always seemed weird because the main enemy's balloons. Like, I guess you need an angle, but it just always seemed like a weird angle to me. Which is why I've never tried it. Like, I never really get over the balloon aspect. Like, the monkey aspect, that's fine. But the balloon aspect just always threw me off. It seems weird that basically every enemy you have is a balloon. It seems like a weird enemy type. Like, it makes sense because you were, like, popping the balloons. But, I don't know. This always seemed weird to me, personally. You're back playing Fall Guys? Really? I was considering doing a stream for that soon. I don't think I've streamed Fall Guys all year. Yeah, I might actually do that in the next month or so. Return to Fall Guys. It'll only be for one stream. Oh, please don't leave. Oh, good. He didn't leave. Wait, did he? Oh, no. I couldn't tell. Did he leave or did he not leave? The Dragonite Gnome. Wait, let me watch the instant replay. Oh, good. He didn't leave. Okay, good. We got the loot. Unfortunately, this guy's, like, invincible. There we go. Alright, we did indeed get Dragonite Gnome. Actually, we can check right here. Yep, we did. Only 3, but hey. 3 is more than 0. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day. I was like, you know what game we haven't played in ages on, like, the, revisit tour that we'll need to do? Fall Guys. Yeah, we definitely need to. It will likely only be for one stream. But I want to see what Fall Guys in 2024 is like. Because I don't think we streamed it a single time this year. I kind of stopped after they stopped doing seasons. Pretty much as soon as they made it into a sandbox game, I'm like, I'm out. That combined with their daily system just taking too long. New pass is all dinosaurs? Ooh. Why are you tempting me? The problem is how much you'd have to play is just too much, though. I'm fine with my crow. We have so many good skins already. But when we were, like, try-harding that game for, like, a year and a half or so, or however long it was. 2 years. Because we played it a lot from 2020 to 2022, I want to say. And last year we barely touched it, and this year I think we literally have never touched it. Is there any challenge left for me in this game? Yes. There is one thing that I've always considered as max level in this game that I won't have until next year, and that is level 2000. While levels do keep going higher than that, it is essentially max level, because you have to reach level 3000 to get another stat, and almost no one in the entire game has gotten level 3000 because it requires, like, an absurd amount of time. So for all intents and purposes, level 2000 is effectively max level. And I am 35 levels short. But that might be like the one time in the little over 10 years we've been playing Gems of War where I'd be like, we have technically finished the game. Would we quit at that point? Probably not. We'd still do the weekly videos and streams like we were going to be doing. Just with the cutback amount. But it would be like the one moment in upcoming history for Gems of War where I would officially consider, like, we have finished the game. Like when we hit level 2000. Combined with just everything else along with it. Which we would likely have by then. Other than like a few knick-knack stuff. Yeah, we still need the Sentinels, but by then we'd realistically have them. Like, we're talking like midway through next year. We're talking like a year from now. The only thing we likely wouldn't have is whatever new update they do in like several months from now. Like whatever that is, we likely won't have everything for. Because it would probably take at least a year or a couple years to get it all. But no, the Sentinels, we should have them all by the time we hit level 2000. We're only missing 2, though of course we can get very dry on them. I sound so confident, I know, right? We'll be at like 30 of them and still be missing one. Very possible. I'm hoping that's not the case, but it could happen. Alright, that would have been a really good battle to end on. Well, not end to end, but you know, for the double reward. But I'm going for one extra. We're gonna be greedy. Our greed slightly paid off. We got Curse Gnome. I don't think I've ended on a Curse Gnome in a long while as far as one of these verse thingies. But we'll take it. And then 2 more Paloozas to go. I think after next Palooza, we'll hand out a code. And then we'll do one more after. Nice. Oh, we got double Volkey, though. Unfortunate. Well, fortunate, unfortunate. Obviously, double Volkey is nice, but that's like at least 5,000 souls we missed out on, but that's fine. But yeah, 14 Curse Runes, not bad. Unfortunately, low rolled on the Glory Gnome, though. At least the Glory Gnome didn't get replaced with a Volkey. There's some times where you're actually going to get more value from your Glory than you will from the Volkey. It's kind of sad. But that reminds me, I need to go use all my XP boosters tomorrow when I'm grinding while watching the Olympics. Because I think I'm sitting on like 6. Yeah, I'll have 7 tomorrow. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I will have 7. Because today's XP booster will be usable tomorrow, and the one for the daily tomorrow will be usable tomorrow. So we'll have 7 XP boosters I could use tomorrow. That's like 2 hours of XP boost. If I remember to do so, I'll probably do it while watching the Olympics. If tomorrow's the last day, since I haven't really been able to catch any of it up to this point. Where do you even watch the Olympics, though? Is it only on cable, or is there a place you can look up online for free to watch it? Because I do have cable here, but it's only on the living room TV. Anyways, let's go run 2 more Paloozas. Oh wait, I didn't update my numbers, did I? Oh no, I did. Wait, or did I? Did I? No, I didn't. Because we just did a Palooza. Ooh, a little unlucky though. A little unlucky. Epic Volkeys did good. Normal Volkeys, not so much. Unfortunate. Alright, make that a 7. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, next order of business. Let's go run 2 more. We'll hand out a code after the next one, and then we'll run 1 more to end it out with, which should bring us to a little over 200 counting pity. These are pity minus 6. We're at 26 pity. Which means in 2 more, we'll be at like 170-ish, plus the other thing. Yeah, we'll be at basically exactly 200 or so. But it doesn't mean we'll probably have to throw 5 Paloozas tomorrow, though. It'll be 4 or 5, but yeah, we'll probably have to do 5, but that's fine. Alright, let's go run 2 more. Soul Forge, other. In we go. Peacock, but you need a subscription. Well, I'm not going to bother with that. I actually currently have no subscription to any online thingy. Whatever you call them. Like, I don't have a Netflix, I don't have a Hulu, I don't have a Peacock. Like any of those kind of thingies. I try to keep my subscriptions to minimal. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what even is my total amount of subscriptions right now? I think it's almost none. I think every subscription I have is for Nintendo stuff right now. Because I have Nintendo Online. So I have that. What else? I guess I'm technically paying for Pokemon Bank, even though I haven't played a Pokemon game in about a year now. And what else? Is there any other subscription I'm even paying for? Not counting, like, internet and stuff. I don't really count that. Like, I don't count phone or internet. Like, that is technically a subscription-based thing, but, you know, that's like a utility. It's more... I view it more as a utility than a... like, a subscription. Generally, subscriptions are things that you could live without. Though to some degree, I guess our Nintendo thing is technically a business expense since we do it for the channel occasionally. I could probably write it off as one. I don't personally, though. Just because getting receipts for that would be way too annoying for how little it would save me money-wise. I'm pretty sure I can actually legitimately count it as a business expense, though. Hey, a Mimic. That is both good and bad. Oddly enough, the first Mimic I've seen all weekend. Yeah, I never realized that. I have so few subscriptions currently. Because I don't pay for Photoshop, because I have an old version of CS5. I paid $1,000 for like a little over a decade ago. 100% worth it. So I don't have those subscriptions. There's none that we really need for the channel, unless you count some of the stuff for Gems of War. But those are more like one-off payments than subscriptions. Yeah, I have very minimal currently. I feel like some people has like hundreds of dollars of worth, where you would almost need like an app to keep track of all your subscriptions, which they do have these days. An app to keep track of all of them. I have very minimal these days though. Because anything I do ever use, like maybe a subscription for, I cancel it like literally immediately. Just so I don't get back charged for extra months or anything like that. Like the second I get it, I immediately cancel it. Just so it goes through whatever time was already bought and doesn't do anything further. Yeah, battle passes in this game are kind of like subscriptions, I guess. Yeah, that reminds me, we need to go cover a video for the Mythic next week. Assuming we cover one for him, we probably will. If I do, I'll probably do it on Friday, though. I always see Friday as like the Mythic release day. Even if the Mythic doesn't release on Friday. Technically release this Monday if you bought the bigger pass, and this Friday, or sorry, next week's Friday. Well, I guess that is next Friday at this point. 6 days from now. Or no, sorry, the other guy comes in 2 days from now. What am I saying? I'll be covering it next Friday. As far as a video. We'll be covering it on stream on Monday. I'll cover the video going over him, teams and everything on Friday. Not on the Friday stream, but on the Friday video. Though we also will have a Friday stream. But no streams in between. It'll feel weird not having a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday stream. I probably still will be streaming this Wednesday, though. It'll probably be old school RuneScape, though. What I think I want to go do for that game is do, we only need 10 levels to max the account out of the 2,277 or whatever you need. So I think what we'll do is 1 level per stream for 10 streams. The problem is some of those levels will take several hours. But since we won't have the Gems of War thing midday, if it crosses over 8 PM, we could just keep going. Which will feel weird doing that. It's technically not the first time it would ever happen. Though it'll be the first time where we technically don't have a Gems of War stream scheduled. There has been some times where we did a game midday and then we did it until like 10 o'clock or something. That was very rare though. We only did that like a couple times ever. But now I can actually deliberately do it. Also, to what Froggy said earlier, it's basically a time gate. How did I not notice that? But yeah, a lot of things in Gems of War basically are a time gate. Well, there's a lot of things you can infinitely farm. As far as a lot of resources, it's mostly time gated. Like Dragonite, for example, is a pretty time gated resource. Verses are probably the most noteworthy one, even though you can infinitely farm them. It's not realistic compared to how many you get through time gated stuff. But for the most part, most things in Gems of War is infinitely farmable. Like right now with Vault Weekend, like all the resources you get from this just kind of gives you the resources for pretty much everything. But there's still a handful of resources that they have that aren't that infinitely farmable. And that's fine, given that like 90% of the game is. Which is something I always enjoyed about Gems of War. Also makes it a lot easier to get back. Because let's say we did just stop playing Gems of War for a year. Not something that's happening. But hypothetically, if we stopped playing for a year and then got back, we'd be able to get back so quickly with how the systems are in Gems of War. Just do a few Vault Weekends and you're just good to go. And with how resources stack, just the resource stacks we have would be enough to catch up. It's actually kind of crazy. I could get no mythics in the next 3 years of Gems of War. Come back and still be able to get every mythic with how they're set up in the current state of the game. We have that many diamonds. We have like 2.5 years of diamonds mythics right now. And how much excess diamonds we have. Obviously, it would take about a year of playing to be able to actually rotate all of them, though. Which is not true. I think they all rotate in about 4 months. But how many mythics we have right now? Legends almost take a year to rotate. But as far as mythics, I think they're at about a 4-month cycle right now with how many there are. That number does keep getting higher and higher. I think it was as low as like a month when it first came out. But like many systems, we've gotten a billion more of them added to the game. I feel like out of all the systems, the one that hasn't been able to adapt to it the most is the pet one. Pets haven't been touched since they were released in 2018. And one really big issue with them is there's just too many pets relative to the system they set up for it. It's way too hard to focus on them. There's none in SoulForge, so you can't even do them that way. There are a few ways you can get by them with money, but even through that means it's not even consistent. Also, I believe you can't get a lot of the cosmetic ones through money. Or maybe you can. I think you can only get the offers for them if you have 0 copies of it. I could just never know because I basically have them all. Which that's not true. We don't have Takshaka. I can't remember ever getting a Takshaka offer. Honestly, at this point, I might do it. Isn't it only like $2 or $3 or something? If they gave me a Takshaka offer next week, I'd probably buy it. I think it's like $2 or $3. It was originally $5 to get it. But, you know, if they have a pet offer and it's like a few bucks at this point, with how dry we are on it, I'll probably just cave in and get it. It's just annoying me that that's like the only pet we don't have. Not counting the immortal pets, which almost no one has. We currently have 2 of the 11 immortal pets. And one for Titanus, which we're actually wielding on our hero right now. And the Glacia one, obviously, because they give you a billion. But yeah, we can see it on our shoulder during that loading screen right there. It's actually kind of convenient because he's my favorite one out of all 11 of them. Out of all 11 that came in through Immortals. He's by far my favorite. And quite coincidentally, he's also the only one we got. Because Glacia doesn't really count. Given that you get her basically guaranteed. Due to how the season works. If anyone has any other questions, anyone want me to go over, let me know. We'll hand out a redeem code, our final one for the stream after this Palooza ends in 5 minutes. And after that, we'll do one last Palooza tonight. And then whatever we need to finish, we'll finish tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll finally catch some of the Olympics tomorrow. Did they do like an ending ceremony thingy too, or something like that? If tomorrow is the very last day. It's kind of funny. I have watched very little of the Olympics, but you know what I've actually seen every single one of? There's someone on YouTube that's been doing the Marble Olympics. Like their own version of Olympics with marbles. And I've been watching it since season 1. The production quality on it is actually insanely high. Especially when they had a lot less of a budget when they first started. I'm not sure how many people work on it, but I assume it's more than a one-person team. With how much work goes into it. But it's basically a bunch of challenges that are set up like an Olympics, but it's just all marbles. And I am extremely invested in the Raspberry team. They actually won one of the seasons too. I think it was like season 2 or 3 of the Marble Olympics. I think it's the first time where I've ever wanted a team to win in a sport. And they're literally just marbles. Yeah, I'm all in on the Raspberry team. I'm not sure if they've done that yet this year. I forget what time of year they do it. How about the Gyms of War Olympics? Oh, gosh. How quickly can you mash click the mouse button? Very precisely. Still a more valid event than breakdancing? Yeah, like, how do they even judge breakdancing? That's something I've never understood as an Olympic sport. Is how do you judge things that are more performance-based? Because I feel like that's, like, a very biased thing. Even some things like diving and such. It just kind of seems like one of those things that has a lot of room for bias. Or you have to fit like a really specific cookie cutter mold that either cuts creativity or will have bias. For a lot of those things. Like, I don't understand how they properly score it. Because you either have to make it very still, and everyone's going to be doing almost the same thing to do whatever would maximize your score. Or it'd be completely biased because it's just going to be completely creative based. In which case, it would be way too bias heavy to even be an Olympic sport. I'm pretty sure they more so do the first one. Where almost everyone does the exact same thing because they do whatever scores the highest, obviously. But then it cuts all creativity. Same way you judge figure skating. Yeah, I believe most of them are based on form. And it's based on doing specific moves. With more difficult ones done correctly being more beneficial. Where they might have some kind of like internal point system per move or something. As well as the execution of each. Or basically you're just trying to max out a combo meter. But in real life. Think your country won in breakdancing? They won gold in breakdancing? That's really funny. I still can't believe that's actually a sport. That's still pretty cool, though. So hello, Tonos, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. I give it a few extra seconds because I think I started the timer slightly off on that one. There we go. Ew, emeralds. At least we high-rolled souls and glory. Alright, let's go ahead and the final code for now, and then we'll do one last Palooza to end it out on. Oh, you can actually check them here. I forgot about that. You can actually check your monolith stones and citadel sigils here. Make sure if you've done them or not. Alright, 163, nice. And 128, nice. Okay. So that means we improved by 2. Alright, so that was a pretty slightly above average Palooza. Pretty much average, but slightly above. There we go. I'll put an 8 over there. Also, hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's do one last Palooza. Before I do, let me go hand out a code before I forget. Also, we're actually doing insanely good on Epic Volkies for once. This is rare, especially since our first Palooza had 0. Quite a comeback. But there you guys go. There is the final redeem code for now. But not the final Palooza. Before I forget, because I know I will forget if I don't do it right now. Well, now's the only time we can do it. Let's go take out the what's it called? The Mimic team. Just in case we get a billion mimics that lock us out of everywhere. Also, thank you, Isabel, for posting everything. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, come on. We are currently, what, 3-4 years dry on getting a Horde Mimic here? Come on, 5 times? Boo. Alright, well, let's go back to Palooza. Just make sure I have the team set. We'll do the final one for tonight. Though we'll still need like another 5 tomorrow. What am I looking for? Good old Ironhawk build. Oh wait, what am I doing? We haven't started yet. I just did that to set the team. We're not actually in Palooza right now. Hey, verse 1. Unfortunately, not the verse I'm looking for. I have actually gotten 0 verse 3s today somehow. I have no clue how. I grinded literally as long as I did yesterday, if not slightly longer. And I somehow hit 0 today, but hit 5 yesterday. I don't understand how or why. But every single time, it's just everything else. Like, you just saw right there, we got verse 1. Verse 1 is not verse 3. Alright, let's go run the final Palooza for now. Don't likely need another 3 to 4 tomorrow. Or, sorry, 4 to 5, I mean. To the diamond thing I was talking about earlier, look at how many mythics we can make. If I go just to do this as standard mythic. That is so high. 54. I was saying it was like 2.5 years. I was wrong. We have over 3 years worth of mythics. And that's not even counting our diamonds. Just our diamonds alone can craft 6 mythics. Just through diamonds. Or just through whatever the shard is called. Jewel shard. Yeah, we have over 3 years of mythics just in diamonds. Not even counting keys or anything else. Just diamonds. 3 years of guaranteed exact mythic. Anyways, let's go do Palooza. But yeah, I'm scared what Brighter Shores might do to us. With our hoarding abilities. Because I'm generally bad at gauging myself when a game has infinite content. As far as how much you can grind it. Which is one thing that Gems of War has had, of course, as well. Because it generally leads to stuff like that. Where we have over 3 years of excess resources just sitting there. Like, we could legit stop playing Gems of War for 3 years, come back, and within 6 months, our account would look exactly like we never quit for 3 years. We're not doing that, obviously. But we have the resources to do so. It is so overpiled. If anyone still has any questions that you want me to go over, let me know. Because once that timer hits 15, we'll probably call it for tonight. And then tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to feel really weird on Monday night to not say that we're going to be streaming tomorrow. For the first time, technically ever. Since we've been doing it every single day. Obviously, there's been things like vacation and stuff like that. But it'll be the first time where I actually could stream where we're not going to be. Because any times we haven't, it was because we were either sick or, you know, seeing family or friends or something. This Tuesday will be the first time we're not streaming Gems of War because we're just not streaming Gems of War. It's gonna feel very weird. Oh, so you guys are still welcome to ask non-Gems of War question on, Gems of War question on non-Gems of War streams. People always have on the channel, and that's still welcome if you want to. If you see us streaming literally anything and you have Gems of War questions of any kind. We're basically the live support. As we have been for a while now. The live Gems of War support stream. Probably better than actually contacting their support team. How many keys are we at right now? We're at 186. Oh, wait, no, that's my epic. That's not counting pity. I think our pity was around 30. We're at like 193. So yeah, this will push us over to 2/3 mark. Perfect. And then we just finish up tomorrow. How about the opposite? Sure, that's also fine. What's my favorite Pokemon? I don't know. I have quite a few. I would say Corviknight. It's actually something I want to do with the rebrand of the channel. Because currently we have it kind of based on that one dragon character. But when we rebrand, I'm going to be making it based a lot more on a bird, not on a dragon. But I've always really liked ravens. It's also why my dragon character has raven wings. I've always liked ravens and the such. And to keep the same color scheme, I'm going to be going for that one Volopachli or whatever that thing is called. That one bird of paradise. And just do a design based on that. So I'm not sure what I want to do for the logo and everything. I'll probably make it up in alternative Illustrator soon. It's actually one of the things I wanted to buy that one program for. Just so I don't have to do it on Illustrator CS5. I was going to do it on Affinity, whatever their Illustrator program's called. I'm not sure its name. It's called Affinity something. I think Affinity Logo or something? I don't remember. But it's basically an alternative Illustrator that you just pay once and never need to do a subscription for. I've heard it's pretty similar to Illustrator. And it'll probably be an easier switch for me to do that from CS5 to Illustrator. I mean, CS5 Illustrator to that. Just because I'm not too familiar with using Illustrator in, Illustrator in Adobe's program. Whereas it'll be a little bit more annoying to switch from Photoshop CS5 to whatever their version of Photoshop is. Just because I'm so used to Photoshop. Because I definitely have way more time in Photoshop than I do in Illustrator. By a very large margin. Yep, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back, go back. Hunter's your favorite? Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what my favorite is from Gen 1 these days. I'd probably go with the very generic pick of Charizard. Charizard's pretty high up there. I think it's like the most generic answer you can give for like favorite Gen 1 Pokemon though. I always did kind of like Mewtwo's design as well. It's just the way that he just never really appeared much. Whereas Charizard, they plastered everywhere. It's something they somewhat fixed in the more recent games. And that Koraidon and Miraidon were like an integral part of the storyline the entire time. Whereas Mewtwo and like, other than like the movie that they did in 2000, and this very, very brief time in the game and everything, it didn't really play as big of a role. I guess there was one slight area kind of designated for it in Gen 1. It definitely played like a side role compared to more recent generations with how they handle their legendaries. Miraidon's your favorite Pokemon ever. That's the machine one, right? Oh no, I always liked the other guy more. I was never a big fan of the mech-looking one. The bicycle. Actually, a lot of the Paradox Pokemon I don't really like the design for, like all the future ones. I just feel like it feels weird. Like, I know they've had time travel in other Pokemon games and everything. But it just always seems kind of weird having a creature that futuristic in Pokemon. Especially now that every single future generation of Pokemon is going to have to deal with them existing. Because if it's kind of a one-off thing in isolation, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that was a thing. But now, like in like 3 generations of Pokemon, there will just be like these futuristic tech-like things in every single game. This kind of seem a little weird, especially depending on what angle they go for some of them. Oh, that reminds me too. You know what's actually right around the corner? I'm not sure why that reminded me of it. The next Mario Party's in like 2 months. It's actually coming around around my birthday. I'll have to have a birthday stream of just Mario Party. I need to remember to go get a physical copy of it. Actually, I need to go find the other physical copy that I have. There's like one of them that I've like displaced its location. I know it's somewhere in this house. I have just no clue where. I don't know. A lot of the modern Mario parties just don't hit the same as the older ones do, though. The OG 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, whatever it was. Particularly 1 to 8 when it was still made by the original company. It just went downhill ever since they got new ownership. Which is something I don't fully understand because they actually kept like half the same dev team. Though I guess it's the same kind of situation with Gems of War with 505 Games. When 505 Games bought them out. It just wasn't quite the same. Same thing happened to Stardew, not Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon went downhill absurdly, insanely speedrun quick when they got new ownership. Even though it was like so much the same dev team. But somehow just slightly new ownership like ruined it. Also, I'm trying to fix the dimensions. It's bothering me to no end. There we go. We're wasting so much Palooza time, but it's worth it. Oh, yeah, it has been fixed. Cindy's birthday's August 20th. Nice. Oh, yeah, that's around the corner. One of my friends has a birthday like late August, too. I forget the exact date. Probably look it up. Also, one thing that's kind of ironic about this year is despite this being the least amount of money I've ever made in a year, is it actually going to be the year I spend the most amount of money ever in my life. Well, I guess not counting college that 1 year. But not counting college that 1 year, this year is actually going to be the most amount of money I've ever spent. Though, more than half of that is because of medical expenses. A lot of it was things I was already going to get done, but a lot of it also was stuff I wasn't going to get done that just popped up. Mostly the whole teeth situation, but a few other things as well. But no, I've always had a weird mindset where I only feel the need to make as much money as I need to survive. While still having, like, excess. Maybe because my expenses are just so low. I haven't had much incentive to. Even when my expenses were higher, like, I still made only as much as I needed. Which is probably a bad mentality to have. But I have, like, an anti-greed mentality. Like, whatever the inverse of greed is. And that I feel like I only need to make as much as slightly more than what I need to survive. Just to have enough to survive and then a little bit of excess. Because even in college, when my expenses were absurdly high, I did the exact same thing. I just made enough to pay for college, food, and a few other things, and just make sure I have like a little bit extra. That's it. As soon as I hit that threshold, I had like no real motivation to earn more because I just didn't need more. I don't think we can get there quick enough. We'll end on this one then. Got a Glory Gnome in there. Hopefully I could roll for 1,000. Alright, there we go. How many did we end on right now? Also, what is that number? 1747999. Couldn't just get one more gem. Alright. Oh, what are we at? What are we at? Okay, nice. We did good. Wait. Is that number big? Yeah, wow. Why is Epic Volkey doing so good today? Or this weekend? Our Volkey number is like on par average. Like as average gets. But our Epic Volkey number is actually doing insane for once. We should only be at about, actually I can tell you exactly. Yeah, 20. We should be at 20 Epic Volkeys. And we're currently at 26. And I got 0 from Angels this time around, too. Not a single one of those is an Angel Epic Volkey. I think 1 or 2 of them might be from Angels, Volkeys, normal Volkey. But I know for sure I have not gotten a single Angel Epic Volkey this weekend. And we're up currently by 6 of how many we should have. Without even having any Angel assistance. Sometimes with Angel assistance, we are still below rate. So yeah, we're getting really lucky on Epics this weekend. Unfortunately, very unlucky on Verse 3s. The goal was like, oh, let's get at least 20 by the end of the weekend. At the current rate of under 10, we just got to really power grind tomorrow. I'll do it while we watch the Olympics for the first time. Well, first time this year. I haven't really caught on any of it. But I have been convinced to go and try some, so we'll go do it. Not sure what they're doing tomorrow anyways, but I'll do it while just mashing the button for verses. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. And yeah, we'll go from there. We will go tomorrow night until we have 300 Volkeys and finish up whatever else we still need to finish. And go over all the weekly spoilers and, you know, all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Best of luck if you're still going to be trying on the Vault event. Still plenty of time. Still a whole 24 hours left. Actually, slightly more than 24 hours. We are at 1 day and 4 hours. Oh no, why does this look all shiny now? No! Go back to the other design. It's better. Honestly, I do like this thing's design. It just doesn't fit a Snowy Owl design is the problem. Like, this looks like it's supposed to be a Fire Owl. It, like, what the troop is, it doesn't make any sense why this is just shiny. Like, they should have at least made it like a pink if they're going to make it like a reddish color. Because that's generally like the opposite. If you do like a tealish, bluish color, is like, oh, pink's the opposite. It's kind of weird that they made it red, given that's an ice bird. Literally a Snowy Owl. Very weird decision. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck on the grinds. And, yeah, stay safe out there. Catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.